I will just spend time with my lovely girlfriend and visit my family and just play Baldur's Gate.
So today is Monday. We just ended the second week of the LEC Spring Split playoffs, and I am in the presence of Carzzy. Unfortunately, after a loss against Fnatic, the best of five did not go as well as you probably expected, ending 3-1. How do you feel after this match?
I feel fine because I think this was the best of five that I ever played, like in terms of having fun. I had plenty of fun and I felt like nobody is scared to make mistakes, and I didn't really feel like making mistakes matters because there is always like a rebound where we can get back into the game. So for me it was a very nice best of five to play, even though I made a lot of bad plays, but also like good ones. So it was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it.
I mean, it's been a completely different story from, I guess, maybe past Vitality games as well, because you guys were like completely unchained in this best of five, and I think it could have probably went either way. I mean, we saw like especially that last game, which went on quite long. It was definitely like a lot of fighting over maybe macro play in general. Are you still like happy with your performances and like the way the team played today? I mean, I know that you guys were maybe criticized a bit as well for not having the best macro in the past, but is this still what you envisioned for this best of five?
I mean, I think our macro is really not so good, so we have to work hard on that. But otherwise, I'm happy with ending top four, even though I always aim for first place. I'm happy that with this roster we could achieve top four at least this split, and we are working very efficiently, I'd say. So I'm looking forward for the next split as well. I think we are gonna place even higher.
Yeah, and I mean, I had your coach Pad in an interview recently, and he told us that basically the entire plan at Vitality was this 3-year plan in a way to try and get a very good result, maybe internationally at the end. Do you also currently see this team as like a ramping up team that will just get better over the time and like in the future, or are you hoping maybe to even continue this story with Vitality for the years to come as well?
I definitely think so. I mean, I for sure we have we have a lot to still work on, and like there is so much that we keep learning every day. Like I don't know how to explain so much stuff that it's like even hard for our brains to comprehend because it's just like so much information. But the players in the team are taking the information well and they are improving by a large margin pretty fast. So I think there is great hope for the upcoming times.
Yeah, makes sense. And I mean, also, you've been playing with Helisang for quite some time now. You guys still got pretty decent results in the past, even like going to Worlds last year. Do you think that like the ceiling for this team in summer is a first place, as you said, since that's usually your goal as well?
I feel like we like in summer our biggest opponent is gonna be G2 for sure. And I mean right now I can say if we are gonna be able to beat them, but we are aiming for that because I think except for G2 every other team is a lot worse.
And aside from maybe macro play, as we already mentioned, what do you think is maybe the biggest factor for which you guys didn't end up taking the win today? Do you think you have other stuff as well that you have to work on?
I mean I think we played some champions that we didn't have like practice that much, so our performances on those weren't as good as it should be. So I think we like have some champion pool issues, I'd say, in the team, and macro was just not very good.
And I mean, that aside, still, Vitality seems like a very fun team internally. We saw recently on Twitter, for example, like your montage of the things you said in voice comms and stuff. How was the atmosphere throughout the Best of Five, by the way? Did you guys like change your mentality throughout the games, especially like towards the end of the Best of Five, or are you guys still like on very good terms throughout and just happily playing and maybe even like laughing and stuff after fights?
I mean, that's why I like this best of five because everyone was having fun, or at least I feel like during the game, and no matter like how many mistakes we made, as I mentioned before, we were still making jokes and having fun. We had like we were always really bad against Fnatic, and they would always stomp us. We had like a mental block against them. So I was happy today that the games were at least like winnable. I think it like if we played better in the second or fourth game, we could just easily win. If we played the macro better from the positions where we were at, from the positions where we were. So I'm already proud of that.
Yeah, makes sense. That aside, I mean, obviously now, unfortunately, this loss means that you guys have quite a long break until summer as well. What are going to be your immediate plans, I guess, for the next few weeks and months until the summer split starts? Are you guys still going to be hard at work, or are you taking a bit of a break maybe now?
I will just spend time with my lovely girlfriend and visit my family and just play Baldur's Gate.
Fair. Who's your favorite character in Baldur's Gate, actually?
I don't know it. I don't like. I was saving this game for off season, so I have no idea about anything yet.
Well, you should be in for a banger in any case. I mean, yeah, no. Obviously, today is a bit rough, but there's still some positive points to take on this best of five, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that aside, honestly, there's not too much topics. Otherwise, I would have asked you about obviously your next player's opponent and stuff. Is there anyone that you like maybe are a bit sad you're not gonna be able to face now? Are you a bit disappointed that you're not going to MSI, for example?
When I'm disappointed, I'm not going to MSI because it's in China, and you get to China only like rarely, in life usually. So I would like to go to China again, but I'm also sad because we didn't get to face G2. G2, we haven't faced them in best of five yet, but we always do well against them in BO1s. So I would like to see how it is on stage, like when it's BO3 or BO5.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, yeah, this best of five unfortunately did not pan out. Overall for the split though, is there like a big takeaway that you took from it? Because definitely you guys still like improved a lot from winter split. What has been like the biggest that you realize maybe this split compared to before?
For me, the most important is to be mentally stable or like have a good mental health and keep myself healthy. And whenever I have this and I enjoy playing League of Legends, I always feel like I perform. I perform really well then. So that's the most important for me to focus on these things.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the story ends here. I guess I saw as well on camera today that you had a lovely like anime mousepad or something as well. What was that actually as well? Can you give the lore behind that?
Yeah, I have. I mean, so basically, it's from our sponsors, Xtrify, and we had to choose a mousepad, and this was the only mousepad that I liked because there was a, like anime girl.
Yeah, I mean, I guess unfortunately the mousepad buff did not pan out, but it is what it is. Anyhow, do you have any other thoughts? I guess on this match overall or like the playoffs run?
Not really. Just the games were like really low quality today, and I think both teams played really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching it and I was texting some of my friends, and I was like, "Yeah, in game four, there's no winner. The everyone loses pretty much. It felt like."
Yeah, like everyone played really badly. I felt like, but it was so much fun, because when I don't choke or like when I'm in the zone, I just see it during the game that the quality is so horrible, and like everyone is doing so much random stuff that it's fun. It's probably fun to watch, but the only hope for like internationals I feel like is G2. But I feel like even they might get clapped, but we'll see.
Yeah, I guess speaking of that as well, because I mean, you probably watched the G2 BDS match, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah. Do you think that Fnatic has chances against BDS then as well?
I mean, honestly, I think BDS might win against Fnatic. I feel like they're playing better than them. And also, they kind of surprised me when they were playing against G2 because they were playing quite well, especially Ice.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, honestly, I think that is about it for now. Would you want to say anything to the Vitality fans that have been following you as well?
Thank you very much, guys, for supporting us throughout these two splits so far. And sorry for the poor performances, even though like top 4 is the must do for Vitality teams. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for your time in any case, even despite the loss. I hope that maybe next time I'll get to have an interview with you after a win. And yeah, I wish you the best pretty much. And hopefully we'll get to talk again soon.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Have a great night as well.